So, before anything actually changed sort of in the business, what did you have to let go of to make that happen? I'm assuming there was quite a lot of things that you had to let go of the reins on.
Yes. So when I was about 8 years into the business, so
Mhm.
it's been 14 years now. So it must have been about 7 years into the business when things were chaotic. Life was
Mhm.
very, very stressful. And I was just not enjoying it at all anymore. I knew I had to do something different,
Mhm.
but I was absolutely terrified to do different
Mhm.
because this is all I'd known. And I I was £25,000 in debt at this point, trying to keep everything afloat. And I thought, I need help. I need a mentor, somebody, somebody who can teach me how to run a profitable business.
Mhm.
Doesn't even need to be in the industry. Just teach me. And so what I did is I actually invested a further. I went £18,000 further into debt. I say debt. I say an investment, actually.
People were thinking you're crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It was an investment in myself. Everyone said I
Mhm.
was crazy. Sasha, what are you doing? But also people were saying to me, why? You're fully booked. What do you need
Yeah,
help?
what's the need?
Yeah. I was like, every need, every need. I'm fully booked, not making any money. This is not working for me. One of the first things that I looked at and we discussed was, Sasha, the services you're offering, no
Mhm.
wonder you're not making any money. There's barely any profit margin.
Mhm.
I was like, well, I know, but I can't charge anymore. And he's like, yes, you can. I was like, okay. 50% more. My heart dropped to the floor. I was like, well, my clients aren't going to take that. And he's like, well, you're paying me for this advice.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you want to take it or not?
Mhm.
I was like, fine, I'll take it.
So you raised your
So I
prices.
raised my prices 50%.
Okay. How did
I
how
thought
did
I
the
was bonkers.
clients
So what?
take
Yeah. So what happened
that?
here is raise the price 50%. Now, naturally,
Mhm.
I lost clients. You lose clients if you put them up by a pound. So the fact I was putting some things up by £25,
Mhm.
£30, maybe more, I naturally lost clients, which then opened up tons of white space in the diary.
So you're panicking.
I was panicking. I
Yeah.
was panicking, thinking, this guy's crazy. I must be crazy. However, I worked it out and I thought, okay, well, I can actually lose 50% of my clients and still earn the same amount of money, which then means I've got 50% more opportunity in the diary to bring in different
Mhm.
treatments. And so I didn't want to be doing the treatments we were offering.
Mhm.
I started very heavily in the beauty side. So we did lots of nails, lashes were our biggest. And then we did waxing, some facials, a bit of massage, but it was heavily nails and lashes. And it done me well for so long. However, my personal passion was skin.
Mhm.
I loved skin. I'd had an eczema issue for years I could never clear, until I actually started working with a particular brand. It completely cured me. That was when I fell in love with skin.
Mhm.
So I thought, this is amazing. How I felt and how I feel now and the confidence is brilliant. I want to help as many people as I can with this, whether it's eczema, so sensitivities, or acne, or pigmentation, or just
Mhm.
aging, whatever it might be. But I knew in order to be able to do that, I'd have to allow free time in the diary to
Mhm.
do so because I didn't have any extra time to do that. So, so going through this transitional phase, there were many things I had to cut, and actually many things that were very difficult and very uncomfortable at the time, which made me question time and time again whether I'd done the right thing.
Mhm.
And that was, unfortunately and sadly, losing clients.
Mhm.
Clients that I'd had 10, 15 years, from when I was first qualified,
Mhm.
had been with me. So I knew them inside out. I'd been with them on the highs, the lows.
Mhm.
I'd seen them go through everything in life. And to be honest, I spent more time with them than I had my own family, because I didn't have time for my own family. I was always at work. So I had to cut some of them. And naturally, some of them left because of the
Mhm.
pricing. But also, what I decided for myself is that I personally wouldn't be doing nails and lashes anymore.
Mhm.
And all I was going to be doing was skin. And so, with that, even the clients that had stayed, I still had to cut the cord,
Mhm.
essentially. They were still coming into the salon, but they're going to somebody else. That was really, really difficult. I found it really hard because you hold a lot of guilt. You definitely feel that these clients have been so loyal to you. Now you're letting them down. And so that guilt inside of you, it really does eat you up. And so many times I panicked and thought, oh no, I'll just keep doing Sarah. So I'll keep Sarah. Oh, I'll keep Gemma. Oh, I'll keep Claire. But actually it's like, no, Sasha, you can't. You can't just keep a handful. It's like all or nothing. So that was really, really difficult. The team even found it difficult, you know.
So did you have much pushback from the team when you were sort of going through this transitional
a little bit
period?
Yeah, a little bit. Some people found it a bit scary, like, oh, Sasha, we're losing clients. People aren't booking now, and oh gosh, we're not offering this treatment. Some treatments I would cut completely out of the diary. Like you couldn't book certain treatments anymore because they weren't profitable. So the girls would get a bit panicked. So it was hard. It's a really uncomfortable place to be. However, it's one of the best decisions I've ever made for the business because it's like anything. When you first start your own business, your own clients, that's scary, like really scary. You've chosen to stop a full-time job where you get guaranteed income every month. You get your holiday pay, you get your sick pay. It's lovely. It's really cushy and cozy. You decide to walk away from that and have no idea how it's going to go. So that's terrifying. Then you build it up and then you feel comfortable. Okay, I've got my demand. It's all good. I'm fine. Built my business. But unless you take the next step, you're never going to move to the next level. So that feeling of fear and being uncomfortable on day one when you first started, you have to take that step again if you want more. If you want to build a business that is profitable, that actually isn't reliant on you, you have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to walk through that. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. It might be like a tropical rainforest, you know. There's thunderstorms, it's raining, it's hard. Then the sun comes out for a little while and then it's back to the thunderstorms. And it's a difficult transition, like I say, because you are cutting a lot of your safety net away. You're cutting relationships with clients. You're changing things in the salon and you just don't know how it's going to go. But as long as you stick with it and you believe that you're going to make it work, it will be the best thing, that you can do for your business and for yourself.